All right, yo, what up, man? It's your boy James, man. Listen, I've been listening to Golden Goose and Who the Fuck Is You. Um, I feel like Cole is sending some subliminals to Kendrick and Golden Goose. Some subliminals, a slight jab at Joey, kind of get him to stand down. And I think I might kind of see what him and Drake might have fell out, right? So I'm gonna go back and forth between Golden Goose and which is on the DJ Clue mixtape, the mixtape he dropped before the album. And I'm gonna go back and forth between the lyrics, and I'm gonna point out what I hear, right? So Cole started out saying, Cole the truth got their throat in nooses, grip never letting up, though they hope it loosens. Nah, I'm on top, you can't knock me off my spot. Fuck yachts. I won't stop till the boat's a cruise ship. Reason why I stopped there is because he's saying, nah, I'm on top. Apparently Kendrick is on top because he won the battle, right? You can't knock me off my spot, even if we don't battle. Fuck yachts. I won't stop till the boat's a cruise ship. The yacht thing is important because in 616 in LA, Kendrick say, fuck a fan of mama, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. And he's going to passport tatted, I might hub in Ibiza. The song before the Kendrick diss is Traded Truth in Ibiza. Like, I listen to these artists and I don't think anything that they say is by just chance. It's not. They're much more intricate than that. Right after that, he said, to the whole world knows who got the gold acoustics, only then when I split like I co-produced it. A lot of rappers make dough, then be prone to lose it for crumbs. Dumb niggas sold their soul to Lucian, right? Post-battle, again. After the battle, we find out that Drake, apparently sold, his catalog for $400 million. Lucian came out during that whole battle with Drake and UMG and a Not Like Us record, right? He says we own the bulk of the publishing and masters. He owned all the publishing and the bulk of the masters or something like that. And we all would think that Drake's catalog is worth much more than $400 million, especially with the features he's done, especially with the albums he's dropped, especially with him being the #1 streamed artist, which we're gonna get to later in his Golden Goose record. Universal distribution, but I own the music. This past year, 2025, Cole tightened up on his business. He got everybody on his label paid. He reconstructed his deal with UMG and Interscope, and he's phasing more into being independent, showing that there's a difference between what him and Drake does, right? Best niggas still breathing, leaving no confusion. Hop on every nigga's song, abuse it. Catch bodies for my own amusement. Niggas cheating and I won't excuse it. If I said it, then I wrote it, stupid. I'm a star like the logo on my shoes, but these ain't no Converses. Nah, girl, they're Golden Gooses. Now, stop there. He said, if I said it, then I wrote it, stupid. Now these are Golden Gooses. I feel like that is a play on Drake again. Post-battle, allegedly, we found out that there was some timestamp records that he might not have wrote. After everybody say, yo, if they not timestamp records, I don't care, yada, yada, yada. One of those timestamp records was 4 p.m. in Calabasas. In that song, Drake says, look at me now, they look at me like the golden child. He always say he got the Midas touch. Golden Goose lays gold eggs. I make other artists hot. It's kind of a jab because it's like, yo, your number one that beats Michael Jackson has me on there. I'm just as important as you are. These ain't Converses, which is also a subsidiary of Nike, which Drake is signed to. It's like a lot of coded like sneak disses that's in here. All right. A lot of but I don't know. I really want to know how people feel if those time step records aren't written by him. Then right after that, he get on some rap shit like Cole kind of throw us off the rails a little bit. Universal catch body for more. Yeah, nice fella, but the flows is ruthless, and the Copra's 2-6. Where the closest you get to hope is Hope Mills Road. See more beef than Roof Chris. Then he gets back into the sneak disses, where he says, just know, baby, we don't open doors for Cupid or leave windows cracked. You been on that. I'm worldwide. These niggas like a little known fact. Now we're getting into Joey, right? A lot of us in the hip hop community, we know J. Cole can rap. I mean, not J. Cole. We know that Joey can rap his ass off, right? But to the masses, do people know that Joey is as nice as he is? And the reason why I guess Joey, right after that, he says they lack focus and their pores is putrid. From poison of all different sorts they use them. Joey just recently said he's been battling with anxiety, even put on his album. And he's also recently sober again. And this is after Joey dropped the rulers back and all this, you know what I'm saying? Might delete it later. I know damn sure that Joey won't. So Cole is listening to what these people are saying, and he throwing little jabs here and there, right? But then he gets right back at Drake when he say, if the streams say you're winning, why your tours is losing? After the beef, right? Drake is still the #1 stream rapper. Yet that Australian tour suffered, right? Which happens to also be the tour after the one that J. Cole went on with him. The Big is the What tour, where they co-headline, which should also mean they got equal billing, which would mean that the splits should say so as well, right? When the math ain't mathing, of course you're juicing. He just allegedly got caught outdone, allegedly, for mishandling stake money to buy bots, which would apparently look like you are completely unsupported by your label. Because after that, he says, when the math ain't mathing, of course you're juicing. That means the bots is boosting. Back to him spending his own money on bots again. Cut the tough guy image. It is not conducive to breathing. So now we're getting into I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough, which is something he might agree with Kendrick on. Don't gamble with your life because the ops is cruising. So now who's the ops? Word to Mike Vick, your dog might get shot for losing. And I don't like those odds. So I stay in my lane despite every bit of dirt thrown my way. Now, I look at that whole entendre of the Mike Vick, you might get your dog hit like this. Mike Vick is the label. Kendrick and Drake got in a fight. The dog, for all the dogs, one of them lost, which would be Drake. Now he's completely unsupported by UMG, which would then make him say, you know what, I'm going to sue you all for the Not Like Us. Right? Afterwards, Kendrick and SZA went on this huge tour, supported by UMG. Meanwhile, Drake is left to, like, stream. Like, we've never seen an album roll out from Drake look like this. We've never seen it. We've seen guys playing $1 million videos. We've seen Just Hold On, We Get Her Home, like, expensive. Like, we've never seen Drake look this unsupported by his label. Right? But post-battle, we see Cole restructuring the label, getting his business together. And I think in the midst of getting his business together, he figured out there might have been some funny business going on that tour as well. I can't confirm it, but it did look funny seeing Sexy Red and Fullbacks, two artists that Drake stood behind pre-battle, who are also have some form of affiliations to Gamma, and Zach Bia, who Kendrick also shouted out in 615 in LA about buying the bots. I feel like it's all tied together. But every Cole tour that you've ever seen Cole on, he's always brought a Dreamville artist with him. Always. He, like, Earth Gang was on the KOD one. He brought Jid, brought Baz, Ari. All of them have been on his tour. And if we got equal billing, but you're the only one with some ties to your best friend Larry Jackson, who you also did business with the $19 million Apple deal, that Universal said the very next year, ain't no more of that. We're not doing that anymore. It kind of looks away to me. Which then leads me to Who the Fuck Is You? Where he says everybody's a part of the murder raft. Call Peter, them people chopping the bird in half. Stop. Peter is an animal cruelty. Back to the Mike Vick, you get your dog hit. Hey, it's something going on, and I need to get the label looked at. I need to get my label situation looked at. I need to get this tour looked at. We got to see what's going on with this funny money. All right? Break it down further to whatever's going to earn the math. Exchange pounds for dollars. And they never converted cash. I did business with a friend. I thought I was doing business with one of my good friends in this industry, and I thought we could make a lot of money. And I thought that we could, you know, do this the right way, do good business. Welcome to the South where they serving the dirt and grass. Stop. So now he back to that dirt road that he referenced in Golden Goose. What he say, so I stay in my lane despite every little bit of dirt thrown my way, there never be a stain on my name. That's why I walk around dolly as if ain't nothing changed without a chain on my frame. So now he's walking dolly. He's walking by himself. The streets ain't say if I deserve. Now we back to Who the Fuck Is You? The streets ain't say if I prefer the deserted path. Was walking with my Walkman one day when I heard a blast. Stop. He likes to kind of throw us off a little bit. A Walkman? Who's listening to a Walkman in 2020, whatever? Loud enough to shadow the earth into thirds, I gasp. What song was Cole listening to that shadowed the earth into thirds? Big Three. Remember during the apology, he said, did y'all hear that bomb that Kendrick dropped on the game? Like that. He's going back to like that into the battle, and then as he's running towards the victim, well, past the victim in his verse, the battle is, now we're getting into pre, during, and post-battle. Streets ain't safe, I prefer the deserted path. Was walking with my Walkman one day when I heard a blast. Loud enough to shatter the earth into thirds, I gasped. Hauled ass, and my legs got to turning fast. So now, after like that, he drops his disc. Right? Straight past the victim, he hobbling, hurting bad, which is Drake. Her way back, he slick, tried to take half a brick. They say payback's a bitch, and I heard he incurred a tab. The funny business. Allegedly, I don't know this, but if I'm looking at Drake's business practices post-battle, with the alleged stake thing and him still trying to buy bots and juice up the numbers, Sexy Red and Four Bats being on that tour looks funny to me. It just don't look right. Especially, like, if Cole brought an artist of his with him every single tour and we got equal billing? So that means I'm footing expenses for someone that you might have signed to you. Or you might have some business with in some sort of way. So I'm helping you fund your artist allegedly. Did Cole foul? I don't know why you still pretending. He looked at the books, bro. Like, the chick is up. He do business right, apparently. While they was mastering skills like they hold on, cause I don't think that's right. While they was mastering skills like they learning jabs, I thought he said jabs. I gotta look at the lyrics for that one. I thought he said while they was mastering skills like they earning jabs, which would be Kung Fu Kenny. But Genius says while they was mastering skills like they learning jazz. I would think that would be like the Pimp a Butterfly era Kendrick. The jabs, I thought I don't know, the lyrics is a little funny right there. I thought he was talking about Kung Fu Kenny and him taking a break and him, you know what I'm saying, disappearing around, 2020, whatever that break was that Kendrick had writer's block. I was making sure they referred to my first and last name, Jermaine Cole, with Hall of Fame flows. So now he's referencing that feature run. Now he's referencing all the work that he put in with the feature run, which also goes back to Golden Goose, when he says he kills features for his own amusement. Hop on every nigga song, abuse it. Catch bodies for my own amusement. He's like, I feel like it's a lot of correlation between these two verses. And Cole is a brilliant rap writer. I think he's bouncing back and forth from Kane Roll, where Kane sold on a dang low, do anything for bankroll that you can't fold. I feel like those two verses, they go together. I feel like they go together. I feel like maybe Drake, something with that tour. Something happened where Cole looked at those numbers. He looked at something and did not like the type of business that Drake was doing. Because it went from Port Antonio, where he's like, yo, Drake, you my dog. And he told Kendrick, I wouldn't have lost a battle, I would have lost a bro. But he's telling Drake, yo, Drake, you still my nigga. It went from Drake being still my nigga to, if I said it, then I wrote it, stupid. It went from Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga. Like, what changed in between that time? What did you figure out? What did you think you seen? You know what I'm saying? I think Port Antonio, I think he wrote that a long time ago. And then just decided to drop it well after the beef to try and get his side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even say I'm picking sides. Say, don't you lie on me, my nigga. Like, listen. I think they coincide. I think Cole seen something he didn't like. Dealing with that tour. Seen something dealing with some numbers. As he was doing business correctly with his label. Me seeing Sexy Red and Four Bats on that tour with the Drake ties that he has, even though it is his tour, things might change now that I'm on a ticket. We got equal billing. Now this ain't Converse, these Golden Gooses. Like, it's a lot of parallels in that, man. Like, I don't look like a superstar, but I'm worth a lot of money. You know? Y'all let me know what y'all think. I think there are some shots in here, and I think there are some ties that coincide with these two songs. You know, I can't really say because, you know, Cole, of course, will never in a million years come out and confirm anything about his Drake dealings. But the reason why I say it's a sneak diss or like a sub is because of the simple fact that when Cole dissed Kendrick and he was like 4 albums out of 10 years I could divide, he took Jay-Z's strategy, right? Post-battle, after Jay-Z, you know, did take over, did the whole battle with Nas, who he's also influenced by, he started doing the subs. You know what I'm saying? Can't y'all see these fake, the rappers and the TD Jakes? Like, we know you talking about Nas, but I gotta kind of code it a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? I done cooked up the pot already, so why the fuck is y'all not hot already? Like, when he was dissing people on Rockefeller, including Beanie Siegel. I have to start kind of coding my disses now. I gotta kind of, you know, make them subliminal, make y'all do a little work to try and figure out if these things are tied together. And when I'm hearing him say, you know, fuck yachts, I won't stop to the boat's a cruise ship, knowing that Kendrick said, fucking Phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever, my passport tatted out, my hub in Ibiza, where he's kind of subbing Cole because he don't want to really come out there. Telling Cole, I pray they my real friends. If not, I'll YNW Melly. You know what I'm saying? When he says he sees opportunity and loss, while Cole says, I wouldn't have lost the battle, I would have lost a bro. It's all coded now for Cole. Which I don't blame him for. Cause, you know, if he come out and say something, then they gonna say, oh, you picking and choosing. But for him to get these bars off while also feeling comfortable within himself, knowing that he properly defended himself, I would think that there are a lot of subs in here. Lots of subs. Drake looking unsupported, the Mike Vick line, the label basically distancing themselves from him, but yet still making ancillary and passive income off of him because they own his publishing and the bulk of his masters. We don't have to support you anymore. We made you. We made you. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I got more breakdowns coming soon. I got a retro one where Push is also taking shots at Drake. If y'all rock with this, man, I got a podcast that I do with my brother Nick, the Bro Brothers Podcast. I also got a YouTube channel of my own, One Band, One Sound, the James Allen Experience, where you get my takes on everything from wrestling, music, pop culture, get a few evergreen topics. And man, peace.